Hey everyone, Dr. Zio here again, and today we're here to talk about Power Rangers Cosmic Fury Episode 5, Rock On. And as always, we're going to do our summary, likes, dislikes, and then our conclusion. So in this episode, picks up right where the last episode left off. The Rangers have just retrieved Zato from the planet Lavina, and now they're back on Eridus in the base, trying to figure out what their next course of action is going to be. Before they can do that, they do receive a transmission from Earth. They update us and tell us that Lord Zed has built prisons, and in those prisons they hold anybody who's trying to resist Lord Zed's rule, including any of the Rangers on Earth who've been fighting back against Lord Zed. Later on, we also get a broadcast from Tarek. Tarek basically tells us that Amelia's mom, Santura, is ready to pop, and so the baby's going to be coming soon. And again, the force field that they found out that the force field that's preventing these Zords from activating, they all operate on a network of squidrils. So you take down one of the squidrils and you take down the entire network and take down the force field with it. So Rangers have been captured, people have been captured, all this bad stuff is happening. What are the Rangers' next steps? Well, next up, we're going to go to a crawl where Bajilia, remember the CEO of Squid Inc., is holding a broadcast because she and her little people, and Skrulls included, have unearthed the Cosmic Dragon Zord. Now they're trying to dig it out so that they can have it under their command, Lord Zed's command, and give it to Ollie to use against the Rangers. So the Rangers see this broadcast, they think, well, okay, this might be a trap, but we still need to go anyway because, as Billy notes, that there were 11 Zords on the altar of Zordnia, so that's probably one of their Zords. So they all teleport there under the guise of being a metal band. Now, the people of Akral apparently like music, so the Rangers go there as a metal band along with Fern because they don't want Ollie to figure out that they're Rangers, even though Ion points out that Ollie can count, and there are 5 of them, and Ollie does eventually end up counting all 5 of them. But this is all basically a giant distraction so that Zato can use his magic or his Red Morphin Master staff to power up the Zord and then get the Zord under their control and out of the clutches of Bajilia, Lord Zed, and his crew, which they're all successful in doing. There's a good musical number between the Rangers, and I genuinely like the song. It's about Lord Zed, how he's evil, how they don't like him, all that kind of stuff. It was a very enjoyable moment. Afterward, though, they do end up getting into a fight with Ollie, Sentinels, and some of the monsters that are in that mining field here on Akral. And it's a good fight. We have a really good fight scene between Izzy and Ollie. Love the speed of that fight scene, the choreography there too. There were some practical effects in that scene as well. And then Fern does get injured when Ollie sees her. He's surprised that she's there. He's not sure why she's there, but he still shoots her anyway, and he just barely grazes her arm and basically cuts up the fabric of her arm, but her arm itself is okay. Then Zato goes off to the moon of Akral and has a battle with Bajilia's copy guards, who I haven't mentioned up until this point. Basically, they're guardsmen. There's really not much else to say about that, but he has a good sword fight between the Cosmic Dragon Zord and the copy guards, and then Bajilia joins the fight, so the Rangers pop in, they get into a fight with Fern also in the Megazord with Izzy, and then after that they go back to the base. Billy basically tells them, hey, we've got the cockpit on, we've got the thrusters online, we just need to do an engine test, and then we'll be out of here. Meanwhile, under Lord Zed's command, they've reported their failure. Lord Zed's not too happy about it, but Ollie does say that he threw a tractor onto the Cosmic Dragon Zord, so he now knows that the Rangers are on planet Eridus. So he's gathered somebody named Joe Zodic, who's apparently an expert at Eridus. He knows all about the Scuttleworm problem, so he's gonna go with Ollie, Joe Zodic, and it's gonna be Ollie, Joe Zodic, Bajilia, all going to Eridus to fight the Rangers, get the Cosmic Dragon Zord back, and basically take care of that problem for them. And that's basically the episode. So let's go ahead and talk about my likes for the episode. First things first, I like Jane and Jay reporting on the status of the Rangers around the globe, knowing that they're in prison, knowing why they're not really on scene to help out is good, and it eliminates the problem of actually not having those individual Rangers, the 100 some odd Rangers we have on screen anymore. But that's also one of my dislikes that we'll dive more into here in just a second. Another thing I like is Javi getting to exercise his musical expertise. As I mentioned before, Chance Perez, who plays Javi, does actually sing, and he also, plays musical instruments. So it's always nice to see the Ranger's talents or the actor's talents actually carry into their Ranger role. He was basically using the pots and pans within the kitchen as like a pseudo drum set and annoying the other Rangers because he was kind of letting out his frustrations and getting used to his new robotic arm. And I haven't really mentioned this part yet, but there has been some ongoing drama between Izzy and Fern. As I mentioned, I always enjoy drama in my Power Rangers. More specifically, I like the Izzy and Fern drama because it's not senseless drama. Basically, Fern says, hey, I can help you all form the distraction. I can be that fifth member in the band because I know drums. And Izzy protests to this. She says, hey, you're not a Ranger. We don't want you going into, or I don't want you going into monster territory and possibly getting yourself injured. And Fern, she's not too happy about this, but she's still understanding her, as is everyone else. But Fern does end up helping in this. And that's been kind of like a running thing ever since Fern got trapped on the base with the other Rangers. She continuously wants to help out the Rangers in these dangerous situations. But Izzy keeps pushing back on this because at the end of the day, while yes, Fern may have expertise. She's a smart woman, but she's not a Ranger. And she could easily get herself injured if the Rangers get overwhelmed during a fight. And that's perfectly valid. That is something I 100% wanted to see in Cosmic Fury. This isn't exactly how I wanted to see it, but the fact that we're still addressing that, elephant in the room is fantastic, and I cannot wait to see how all of this ends up. How they end up smoothing all this out later on in the series. And as you've probably already seen in the press photos, so Meat Chrome is the band's name, and Ollie does unmask the Meat Chrome members, and the costume department has been going ham for Cosmic Fury, and the costumes in this episode are no different. So the Meat Chrome, outfits without the masks look phenomenal. Some of the best costume work we've seen in Power Rangers, bar none. Ollie's outfit also with the zip up sweater and the leather jacket also looks good. Absolutely fantastic. Zato and his little cloak while he's morphed also looks good. Again, the costume department has not been slacking out with Cosmic Fury. This is their last season, and damn it, they're going to make a good, lasting impression on everyone. The fight with the giant copy guards was also good. Like, it showed the Cosmic Dragon Zord and using practical effects, blowing fire at the copy guards, nice little practical explosions. Again, this is Q Ranger footage at this point, Q Ranger Zord footage, so nothing Cosmic Fury specific here, but it's still a good fight. Like, genuinely, almost all of the Zord fights in this season have been enjoyable. I'm actually really happy we have a low Zord count because it just seems like they picked out the best Zord fights from Q Ranger and inserted them into Cosmic Fury along with some Cosmic Fury original CGI, and I 100% approve for that. I've long since said that the Zord fights in Power Rangers are pretty boring. Like, if I'm rewatching an episode, 9 times out of 10, unless there's some funny or important dialogue within that Zord fight, I'm going to fast forward right through that because it's just not that fun. But the Cosmic Fury Zord fights are fantastic. Even when I'm rewatching these episodes, I keep the Zord fights on because I genuinely enjoy them. Speaking of the Zord fight though, once the Rangers get up to the moon to help Zato out in the Cosmic Fury Megazord, Fern is also there with Izzy because Izzy doesn't want to let her out of her sight. So she's there in the cockpit with her and she accidentally summons the Cosmic Wolf Zord to help the Rangers. And I really liked seeing Fern in the cockpit with Izzy. It's always nice seeing a non-Ranger in a Ranger cockpit just because, I don't know, it just looks cool for some reason. But one more thing to add, Zato being exacerbated by the fact that once he defeated the copy guards, Bajillia stormed in with her Mega Squidrill Zord, and he being like, a boss fight too? That was funny, because it did give me like RPG vibes where you beat the, mini bosses and then the real boss, the real battle begins. And that's funny. As somebody who loves video games and RPGs, that spoke to me on a different level. But let's go ahead and talk about my dislikes, which for this week we only have one dislike, and that's the fact that while we're told other Rangers around Earth are fighting and they've been captured, we don't actually get to see those Rangers fighting in any way, shape, or form or being captured. I feel like it will do a lot for this season to actually show this happen. It will make Lord Zedd's forces feel a lot more powerful than we've been told, because up until this point, beyond the season premiere and the second episode, we really haven't seen Lord Zed's forces be all powerful. He took over Eltar with no resistance that we've actually seen. I mean, we can assume that there might have been a resistance, but we don't actually get to see any of that in the show. And for him to be able to effortlessly take over Earth without them showing at least the Mighty Morphin Rangers, because you have those suits still from Once and Always, to show them fighting some of Lord Zed's minions with some canned key eyes and whatnot. I mean, it hurts. It honestly hurts, because it would have been just nice and a good way to show the Rangers fighting back and to show the strength of Lord Zed's forces. But that's really the only thing I had to dislike about the episode. Otherwise, great episode. Let's go ahead and get to the conclusion. As always, I'll just go ahead and read off from here. So, again, we have another good episode of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, with the Rangers acquiring a new Zord for their growing fleet. The stunt crew exhibiting good fight choreography between the Rangers and monsters on a crawl, and some drama between Izzy and Fern. The only thing I'm not entirely fond of is being told, but not shown, that Rangers around Earth were fighting back but got captured. I can't help but compare this to Countdown to Destruction, where we were shown various Rangers around the universe fighting back against the United Alliance of Evil. That may seem like an insignificant detail, but showing our heroes fighting and losing their battles further illustrates the power of Lord Zed's army. So far, we've been told that they're powerful, but not necessarily shown the extent of the power in any battle beyond the first 2 episodes. Again, hopefully they fix this in the future, but we'll see. Until next time, though, I'm Dr. Zio. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Please like the video, like the audio, rate it however you can, share it, comment, do whatever you can to, expand its reach, because it does help with the YouTube algorithm and the algorithm of the various websites out there, and just helps me get more popular so I can bring you all more information. But until next time, I'm Dr. Zio. I hope you all have a good week, weekend, night, day, whatever it is, wherever you are watching this video or listening to the audio right now. I will see you all in the next episode review. Until that, though, I will see you all later. I'm Dr. Zio, and ciao.